What's up, everyone? I'm Neo, and I'm joined here tonight by my brother,
Jdog.
You know, Jdog, recently one of my friends tripped me, pushed me over, shoved me in the mud and the dirt. And I've just been thinking to myself, how can I get back at them? How can I get revenge? The title of a new Wisconsin haunted house started 2017. This is their second year doing the haunt. Revenge haunt in Sobieski at the old Chase Stone Barn. So,
Yep.
got an email, actually, pretty interesting. Really excited about this. I emailed Revenge before we went to the event, and I just kind of told them that we were going to be coming to do a review. Told them we were going to be, hey, going to come check you guys out. You know, is there anything that you'd like me to add in the review? Well, they actually sent me a nice little email.
Oh, nice.
Good morning. Thank you for your interest in our haunted attraction. We look forward to your visit. A few things to know about Revenge are as follows. We're a family-owned business out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. As we found from the guy that we were talking to that was letting people into the actual haunt itself.
Yep.
We're self-funded, and most props and walls are made by hand. We have only 3 weeks to set up our attraction on site. Furthermore, the main structure is historical. Therefore, we cannot fasten any walls or props to the structure, which can create a challenge. We work year-round on set design and props while running a successful construction business as our main source of revenue. I've been doing this professionally for 5 years, and prior to that, ran a backyard haunt through trails for our annual Halloween party. Horror and Halloween is in our blood, and we want to give our customers a truly frightening experience. I hope this gives you some information to post along with your review. Thank you for your support. Tony Van Lannen, owner, Revenge, LLC. Okay. So I said, Jdog, we're going to this new haunted house. We're going to Revenge. And you said, okay, how much is it? It's $15 a person, and it's located at the Chase Stone Barn in Sobieski.
About 20 minutes outside of
Howard.
Green Bay.
20 minutes
outside of Howard, maybe 25 minutes outside of Greater Green Bay.
Yeah. So,
Not terribly difficult to get to.
now to be fair, we arrived 15 minutes prior to opening. On the second night they were open this season. We came on Saturday, October 6th.
That's
This
right.
was their second night haunting this season. 6:45 is when we arrived, and we immediately saw actors standing around in groups, chatting, doing whatever, interacting outside. Now,
So in order to prevent that, we may suggest that you don't arrive until at least 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's when they open.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I can't really blame, actors for needing to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
Wanting to stand outside before the event and things like that. So if you want to make sure you don't, see some of the costumes or see some of the
actors,
actual actors,
don't arrive early.
arrive early.
Do not arrive early. So, Jdog, one thing about these reviews that I always like to make sure we do is we have to give our honest first impressions. When we first pulled up, we saw kids, young actors. We know this is a passion project. From the outside, how did we say it looked? What did we say it looked?
Well, here's the truth. Now, you're working with a couple historical buildings and probably a historical site in general.
Yes.
So, the actual outside, basically you drive in there, and it's a decent parking lot, right?
Yeah, nice parking lot,
But
by
it's
the way.
taking place in this, I think it's called the Stone Barn Park or something. And basically, the actual outside of the area isn't really haunted, if that makes sense. It's basically the barn with the bathroom and the ticket stand, and that's it.
Yep.
And, okay. So you look at it from the outside and you're like, this doesn't look very scary.
Nope.
Let's be real honest about it.
Yeah.
Especially to a couple of,
30-year-olds.
30-year-olds. Let's be fair. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I'm going to give $15 for this, and I'm concerned that I'm going to one of those church-level haunted houses, right? Where it's all the people from the church, and they're just all having a good time, and everybody kind of supports everybody, and it's pat each other on the back type of thing. but I'm paying my good hard-earned money for this, so I am expecting a good experience. But the outside doesn't really communicate that at all.
They have the Revenge Haunt website out front. They have the banner on the silo. They have their little knife symbol thing that you guys are seeing. So they have all that displayed. But other than that, there really isn't much creepy.
No. It's very inviting, in fact.
Yes, very inviting.
You got a well-lit bathroom. I will say this, we used the bathrooms, which were clean and
really clean.
Well kept. And
nice job.
Very nice. So I do give it a point for that, and I thought the parking was fair as well. I was concerned that it was going to be one of those park in the muddy fields type of things.
That wouldn't have happened because my car can't handle that.
And it wasn't. It was a nice setup thing. So the actual amenities are nice, but just understand, when you drive up there,
it will not look like a haunted house.
If you expect there's going to be some sort of freaky business going on, there's no. It's almost too inviting in a way. So maybe that's part of their little trick
to trip you out.
Yeah.
So we were asking ourselves some questions. We waited outside the bathrooms. We had some friends we were waiting for. And you guys will be able to check out the review from Is It Scary, Wisconsin. There'll be a link in the description when that video goes live in a few days. But we were waiting for Dealer and his girlfriend. They were also showing up to do this second night run with us to do these reviews. And so they were running a little bit late. But while we were standing by the bathrooms, Jdog, we were kind of discussing to ourselves, is this a community-run haunted house? Can it be fairly reviewed without, angering the community?
Yeah.
Will it not be scary? Because we're seeing these young actors, we're seeing just kind of what they're working with before the show. We're thinking to ourselves, how is this going to be scary? How is this going to be any good? So this is the initial impressions that we're being given. Again, I said this before. The cost is $15. We did not wait to buy tickets. The ticket line moved very quickly.
Because that's not really where the line is.
No. The line...
So we move into the line. Okay, we go get tickets. Everybody shows up. We get tickets. $15 a person. Whatever.
All good so far.
That's all good.
Yep. You go into this indoor sort of standing waiting area. They've got 4 panel TVs playing some Rob Zombie stuff and some music.
Well, they're playing music and showing basically every death scene from every horror movie ever.
And it's awesome.
So if you like that, if you want to get your R-rated horror fix, you're gonna like the line.
Yeah.
So for me, that was actually good.
Yeah, I saw you just staring at it. That was cool.
If you're bringing anybody under 13, you might have a problem because you're literally getting uncensored video clips from every nasty R-rated horror movie you've ever seen or could think of.
This may not be for young people.
Yeah, and they do say that right on the ticket booth.
Yep.
This is for young people, and it is not. I'll just tell you that right now.
I would say this is a PG-13 bordering PG-13 plus. I don't think I'd say R.
No, but it's 13 at minimum.
Yeah, it's PG-13 plus. Definitely event.
So you wait in line.
Yep.
And they say indoor line. Now, yes, you have you have an indoor structure, but you do have doors that are open. So, I wouldn't say it's necessarily warm in there by any stretch. But it's certainly nice if it's raining out. You're not going to wait in the rain, so that is a plus. I would say the overall line waiting is nice. They had a couple actors running around for a couple scares here and there, but it wasn't as intense in there as I thought maybe it could have been.
Yeah,
the music is turned up really loud, right? It's constant.
Yep.
And they got the constant movie stuff playing. So there isn't really a lot of room there for scares. At least for us. I didn't really think it was a lot. I could be wrong.
Could be better. They could do something better with that. Bring that music down a little bit. Cut the lights out once in a while. Have some actors running. You see that red door that was behind us? They could have come through that door and scared the crap out of us from behind. They didn't. Yep. They should have. They had enough actors in that house. They could have done it no problem.
Could have at least turned the lights off for a couple of seconds once in a while. Just to make you think what's going on.
Definitely.
But it was like a drum, constant music, constant light.
Yep.
Constant movie screen.
Yep.
So there was they weren't giving themselves an opportunity to create a scare there.
I would say some sorts of sensory overload at that point.
Yeah.
Not to the point to where it was unbearable and I'm like, oh my God, get done. But there was definitely some sensory overload that took away some opportunities for them to scare.
I don't mind the video screen thing.
No, that was fine.
I think that's fine. because it does give you something to look at.
Yep.
I don't mind the music necessarily, but it would have been cool to have like it be broken up with
Actor
a period of
actor
silence,
or
right?
actor run-ins, yeah.
Or a period of darkness followed by a scare, and it didn't do anything there. So it is a miss there,
Yes,
for sure.
definitely
The actual
a miss there.
line wait, it was a 25-minute wait on what I would call not a very busy time. So
No.
we were there right away.
Yeah, it wasn't busy. We had maybe 8 or 9 people in front of us. People, not groups.
Yeah.
So
And we waited 25 minutes. So, I mean, even if they were all going in twos.
they give 4 to 5 minutes per group, it looks like.
Yeah.
Which I would rather them do that, because then you don't catch up to people. If I catch up to people, that ruins the haunted house for me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And we had that happen at Terra this year, and we've had that happen at other attractions, and it does kind of ruin the immersion.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get into the house yet, because I wanted to make a comment there about the house, but I'm going to save it for after our house breakdown. We waited 25 minutes. We got up.
So just understand, if it is busier, you could wait a good hour here.
Yeah, you definitely could wait a good hour.
And you're not, the line snakes back and forth, but depending on how many people there is, you could kind of get outside here for a little bit.
Yeah.
So if it's really busy, you could be outside for a bit. So just know that when you dress for this, you might want to have that hat with you and the gloves if it's really cold.
Yep. And
Yeah.
they're not afraid to send 2 people at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like that. It's definitely a much more intimate haunt experience. So that was cool to see.
Well, I'll say this. You know, here's the thing. For the amount of waiting that there is, and for the amount of waiting that there could be, right? If you were at the back of that snaking little line,
yeah,
that's an hour minimum wait. Maybe hour and a half.
No, yeah.
You gotta deliver. I mean, you better deliver in spades inside that place. And so nothing we've seen up to this point
told us that this was going to be worth anything.
Good. So, you know, we're trying to keep an open mind here. We're trying to be positive about it, but we really have our reservations, I would say, at this point.
I would say upon walk-up, upon the line, and upon everything we'd seen up until this point, I was telling myself, okay,
this might be a bust.
You might need to censor your review because you're going to piss somebody off otherwise. Like, that's how I was feeling. I was like, this is going to be a bust. This is going to suck. Shit. I wasted our night, you know. So, we get into the house. And I don't want to do too many spoilers, but we get into the house, and first thing, we're like in this pitch black hallway. No idea what to do.
So we talk about this a lot when we do these reviews, how the initial feel sets the tone for the house, right?
Yep.
And, you know, you've got this kinetic, vibrant weight in line with the music and basically the flashing screens, because they got all these different scenes and death scenes and all this stuff happening outside. And you go into this door, they open the door, and it's a nice sliding door, and they close it behind you, and you are in a pitch black, sensory blackout experience. And it immediately sets the tone, and it does it perfectly.
Yep, I agree with you.
I loved it.
I agree with you.
The initial...
We didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
We didn't
were
know
like,
what to do.
And I'm like standing there trying to feel my way.
You're like, where do I go? And I'm just like...
And I'm not sure, maybe they forgot to open the door for us, or what. Or
I kept looking back like, when's the guy going to come out of the darkness?
It was right. It was well done.
Because I expected the lights to come up and walls to like drop down and people to just come fucking rushing in on us. Mm-hmm. I really did. I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to happen. Just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. And then you found the door.
Or the door opened.
Or the door opened. So,
I didn't really
don't know.
find it. It just kind of opened after a few seconds. So
yeah, and then that may have been a build-up. That may have been on purpose.
It was a well-done change.
Yes.
And so, very important thing, right? If you're going to go from this lit, kind of in line, everybody talking and giggling and music going on and all this nonsense, you got to set the tone.
Yes.
They do a very good job with that.
Yes, they do.
I love the start of the haunted house.
Yes, very good start. And the first couple rooms were excellent. I would say the surgery room, the dentist room, was wonderful.
Awesome.
Very wonderful, because while you're interacting with the dentist, It takes your attention off of 2 different potential scares in the room. And,
well,
I would say 2.5 of 3 of those scares delivered.
Yeah, I would just say in general, because I don't want to spoil this, because let's be fair, this is a shorter experience.
Yes, it is.
So it's a $15 price tag. It's about a 13 to 14 minute event.
13 minutes, 45 seconds it took us 2 to walk through together.
Yeah, and we took our time for the most part.
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't rush it.
Oh, yeah,
So,
we weren't running.
you know, you're looking at 10 to 15 minutes here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's what you're looking at for your $15. And I would just say on an overall level, the house delivers in spades.
I agree.
I mean, it is excellent.
I had no idea what to expect, and I was really impressed.
And maybe they want to lower your expectations outside.
They must.
Because ours were low going in.
Oh, yeah.
Based on our initial drive up.
They were.
And, you know, let's just be fair about it. But it was an epic experience inside. I mean, this is the most bang for your buck I think I've seen in a haunted house. The scares are constant.
I would say, scare-wise, pacing-wise, this is the best continual scare pace haunted house for the money.
You don't go more than 30 seconds without something happening.
I would say even less.
Even 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it is constant. The actors are inspired.
Excellent actors.
They are, I would say, adult, right?
Yeah.
We had some of them using some rather colorful language,
Yeah.
which for me, I like.
Yeah.
Again, I don't recommend it for young kids
Yeah.
by any stretch of the imagination.
Like we said, PG-13 plus.
So they keep the right tone throughout the haunted house, I would say, at all times.
You never feel like you're in a censored environment.
Exactly.
Like, oh, we can't swear. We can't do this. We can't do that.
They
never
come
felt like that.
They really get close to you. They really get in your face.
They
and
run
some
right
of the
at you.
And the jump scares are really visceral in this haunted house. And I was first, right? So I got to really experience the brunt of them. And they were very good. They definitely had me jumping at multiple points.
Yes. Well, there was one time where you actually, I remember, you were coming between this opening, and you actually grabbed the walls and, went backwards. I thought you were going to pull the wall, some of the wood off the walls. I'm, going to grab you. Just stop. Don't do that.
Very well done. Very inspired actors. Very well-timed scares, because that's obviously important.
It is very important.
And you're working in very tight environments inside of this location. And you're working with lots of lighting. They do a very good job of lighting.
Lighting was excellent.
I would say, for me personally, they do overuse strobe lighting a little bit too much for me. I find it ultra annoying, and I wish there was just a better way to do it. But it isn't terrible, but it definitely is something I wish was different.
I won't spoil the room, but there was one room they used the strobes in. I thought it was appropriate.
Yeah, it was
I thought
effective.
it was absolutely perfect.
Yep, best room in the house.
It's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the masks in Jingle's Funhouse at Green Bay Fear. It kind of reminded me of that.
Times 10.
Yeah, times 10 and way freaking creepier.
Yep. So there are some great rooms in this house overall.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I don't want to spoil them individually because I want you to experience them for yourself. But there are some great set piece rooms, very inspired actors that leave you with memorable impressions, I would say. And that's very key. And they do a very good job of that here.
I would say in the house, what do you think? 25 plus actors?
Yes, at least.
Oh, yeah.
So the scares are fast, they're furious, they're constant, right? You hardly go, like I said, you don't go 20 seconds probably without a good scare.
It was good. Really good.
You come through tight corners, you've got lots of changes in lighting, a little disoriented.
Oh, yeah.
Disorienting to keep you on your toes, right? And
we got lost.
they really deliver. I mean, they really deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any complaints within the actual house itself. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about kind of the latter part of the house?
Sure.
Want to discuss that?
Yeah. I would say the house, you may be able to say it may drop off a bit towards the end.
Let's say this. If you want to avoid spoilers, stop watching the video now.
Okay, fair enough.
If you'd like to avoid any haunted house spoilers, click away from the video. We're going to discuss the end of the house coming up here in 3, 2, 1.
And just before we do that, let me say, if you are deciding not to watch this part of the video for spoiler reasons, we do recommend that you go to this.
Oh yeah, we recommend the house, 100%.
Yep.
Recommended.
Okay.
For $15 price tag, totally worth it.
Yep.
And worth the 25-30 minute drive for sure.
Yep.
2-hour drive. I don't know.
No.
If you're making the rounds and you're doing Terror on the Fox, Green Bay Fear, you may as well go to this one too.
Yeah.
Definitely
It's
worth your
close
time.
enough to those that if you are going to make the full Green Bay rounds, this is worth it.
Worth your time. Yep. Revenge. Absolutely. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about the latter half of the house. Let's talk about the kind of biological simulator they had going on with the gases, with the barrels, with that whole atmosphere, and then let's talk about the final rooms of the house. So I thought personally that the waste rooms, the waste barrels, were very, very that's kind of like their slow point.
Yeah, the problem with the waste barrels is they're really well lit, and
nothing happened with them.
You can tell they're fake.
Yep.
You can tell they're very fake.
Yes.
And there's not a lot happening there.
Yeah. Somebody should have come out of one of them. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, that would have been way better. And so I thought it was a little bit of a miss. It was a well-themed area.
Absolutely. Very well-themed.
But that specific corridor really could have used more intensity.
I liked the actor's makeup in that sequence. It was really good. It kind of glowed in the lighting. Yeah. That was great.
Like they actually had the toxicity coming out of their mouth or something.
And I haven't seen that before, and I thought that was very good.
Yep.
But yeah, like you're saying, those barrels were... The actual design is cool. The actual thought is cool. Poorly executed.
Yeah.
We need a couple more scares to do if you're going to keep those barrels with, I would say, with that section, and even maybe kind of the whole section right after that too.
Yeah, I don't know if the actor missed his cue in that last room, but I just felt that it was kind of like...
What actor are you talking about?
The chainsaw guy at the end. So you don't even remember him.
Well, I was going to say the last room wasn't scary.
It wasn't.
Because I know he can't chainsaw me.
That's the problem with that whole sequence. It's just like he's funneling you to the end.
I kept thinking to myself, how weird would it be if he actually clipped my leg with his chainsaw and it was real and I went down and like started screaming? Like, that'd be great.
That's about what you need.
Because
the problem is it's one guy, one chainsaw in a random corridor with nothing else really that I could tell, and then there's an out that we couldn't actually find until they opened it for us.
Yeah. And then I'm just sitting here like, and we get into the last room and the lights come on, like they take a picture. I'm like,
yeah. I'm not sure what that was.
So
I'm not sure if we missed something there.
I think the end of the haunted house, the very last, I would say 2 rooms are very poor.
It's not the high you want to end on.
No, it's not.
Because they had so many better rooms early.
Yes.
So you're getting hit with all these great things, you're freaked out, and then it really just... It really tanks.
Totally tanks at the end.
And then you come right out into the park, basically into nothing. And I know we were discussing how cool it would be to walk through maybe just like a haunt. Well, we said this, when you drive up and you see nothing else outside of the haunt, and you just like, am I in the right place? Or what's going on?
Yeah.
There's not really like, you could have a haunted maze, you could have...
Because there's corn right there.
Anything, really.
Yeah, you could.
Definitely like maybe something to funnel you out to the parking lot a little bit. I'm not sure, depending on what they are allowed to do. Mm-hmm. But the last few rooms could definitely be better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I felt very underwhelmed in that last room with the guy with the chainsaw. And it's not that he didn't do his job. He brought that chainsaw right up by us. Yeah. He was bringing it in front of us and bringing it by my face, and that's fine. Like I've been around shit.
Like I said, I'm not sure if it's that there was lighting that was just perfect and we could see the chainsaw, so we knew he had it.
Yeah.
And it would have been a lot scarier if we didn't know he had it, that would have been the right room to have it be pitch black, have the strobe light come on, and have the chainsaw rev up at that time. And so, again, I'm not sure if it's just a timing thing there, or if we just got unlucky and happened to see it, or what happened. But it's like, okay, dude, we know you have the chainsaw. You're going to rev it up. It's not scary.
You can't chainsaw us. We know that.
Yeah, so we see it.
Doesn't have a blade on it. I can see it doesn't have a blade on it. I'm not scared.
So the only way the chainsaw thing really works is if you're walking, you get up, he's right in front of you, and he starts it up and, blows your mind with it, basically.
We talked. you and I, we were talking about this on the way there.
Because to be fair, he is the only chainsaw guy in the whole
house,
so he has a great opportunity to deliver a great scare.
Yes.
Or even if he just waits for you to walk past him and then comes up behind you and starts it.
And he could slam the chainsaw against the walls. He could grind it against a fence,
which would be awesome.
Yeah. That'd be fine.
But
That'd be totally fine.
Again, maybe we just got unlucky because it's like we see you up there with the chainsaw. We know you got it. It's not going to be scary when you start it up.
I'm not scared of you. You and I were talking about this. You talk about the room going pitch black and then everything going to shit. We were talking about this when we first got there. I was telling you the one part of Splatterhouse that I really liked was that first room with Pigman. Mm-hmm. I still think that is one of the best insta scares I've ever seen.
It's the most memorable scare.
The lights come up. He's there. He's gruesome looking, terrifying looking. Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
And he's slamming that cleaver against the table, grinding that screwdriver against the table. Like, it's loud, it's crazy, it's wild. And you're just like, I need to get away from this guy. Can I go by him? It's real tight, like he's reaching, trying to grab you. Mm-hmm. I was actually afraid to walk by him because I didn't know if he was going to hit me. Yep. And I realized he can't touch me. And I was still scared to do it. So I thought to myself, what? Why do they not have something like that in this house? That would be the place to have it. Find a way to reconfigure that last room so it goes right from that scare, right to the door, right out. And you'll get way more people looking scared when you take their picture when that light comes on. Yeah. Again, the actor did what he could with what he had. Mm-hmm. Nothing against the actor running the chainsaw. We saw you. Yeah. And it's like...
And I think it's a positioning thing. Yep. It's a timing thing and a positioning thing.
Yep.
Because, again, you are the only chainsaw guy there.
Good opportunity.
So you have a great opportunity to really end it on a high note.
Agreed.
You just have to make sure that I don't expect it. So it was a miss for us, I think, just because of the positioning of it.
Yeah, and I'm standing there walking behind you, and he's revving up behind me. I'm like, if I was going to get chainsawed, I'd be dead already.
Yeah. So, yeah, like we know you're there. Like, we know you have it.
I knew it.
And it was just kind of a flop.
Yep.
So I wish that could have been better.
I would love to see that last room be like you were saying. Totally dark. Everything just goes to hell. Lights come up, flickering, whatever they want to do with it. And it's loud. It's in your face. It's ravenous.
Yeah. Like we talked about it, you don't want to overuse the strobes, but there is a certain time when you could really put it to great effect.
Because the whole rest of that house was wild, ravenous, and in your face.
Yep.
Really, really strong beginning, middle, and right before the end. And as you get to the end, the last couple rooms just kind of taper off.
Yeah.
But they should. There should be a crescendo to where you walk out that last room and you're just like,
get me the hell out of here.
I am glad it's done.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And even when it's done, there's opportunity for somebody waiting at the back door.
That's right. So.
It was, again, overall, the house was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I recommend the haunted house.
Yep. Especially for the $15 price point.
Yeah, the price point is fantastic. I think that last room, that final scare, has got to be better. Or it has to be delivered in a different way.
Yep. They can definitely send you home with a better scare.
Yep, the go-home scare has got to be better because that's what people are going to remember.
Yep.
We talked about this with our Terror on the Fox review. The go-home scare, other than the guy right outside the house, the go-home scare is the bog room with the fog and the laser light and one or two actors jumping up and pop up scaring you. It was cool the first year, now it's lame.
Yep.
Now it's overused and it's time to move on. The go-home scare is important because it's the last thing I remember about your house.
Yep.
That's what I really remember. Now, granted, the one room I really remember is Mannequin Room, and it was excellent.
Yep.
But that go-home scare must be better. If I have any advice for Revenge Haunt, I hope you guys do see this, and I hope you take this very seriously, because you've definitely got something special here. I'd say.
Yeah.
They have a special haunted house.
Yep.
And
very well crafted.
Very good way.
Very well crafted. Very, excellent actors. Yes. I think overall, and inspired actors. We always talk about that.
Yep.
Delivering their scares to the best, with what they have and with the room and the setting that they're working with. Yep. So I liked it. Overall, I do recommend it. I would like to see that final area be a little better.
Yep.
But overall, I would give this a recommendation.
Well, me too.
$15 price point's a fair price for this based on the length and based on, what you're getting.
It was roughly 14 minutes.
Apparently they're going to have like a blackout event as well,
yep.
which I think would be amazing here. I think blackout could be awesome in here. Like I said, fast, furious, evil scares, constant scares.
How about the?
I think this is worth seeing.
How about the butcher guy in the pig locker?
Yeah, I think this stuff is worth seeing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think this is worth going to. This, like I said, this is a bang for your buck type of haunted house. Very intense. You know, high energy, high intensity haunted house.
I have to ask, because we do this in every review we do now. 1 to 10. For the price. Remember, it's you got it.
Yeah, let me go 7.5 here.
Really?
Yeah, let me go 7.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm an 8.
Yeah, I do.
I'm an 8, even leaning more towards 8.5. Just if they can fix up some of them last rooms, it's really top notch.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I recommend it. I think 7.5 is a pretty good rating for a 13 to 15 minute event.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the overall like feel of it is kind of odd at first when you get there.
No.
But then you really, I mean, like I said, it is just this tonal change when you step through that door, and I do like that. So I don't want to be too negative about that because that was awesome.
Like I said, when we walked up, we were thinking, oh, this is a community-run event. It's going to be a bunch of kids. This is going to be lame. It's not going to be scary. It's going to be for kids. It's going to be dumb.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, shit. We were really, this is what we were saying to each other. We're like, oh, could dealer just hurry up and get here so we can go home? And I got in that house, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. So whether the tone changes on purpose or not, you did it right.
Yeah. So overall, recommended, 100%.
Yep, you definitely got to check out Revenge. It's at the historical Chase Stone Barn in Sobieski. I'm Neo here with the Balding Plebs, joined by my brother
Jdog.
If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below. Let us know what you think about Revenge, or if you're planning on going this season. And we'll see each and every one of you right here next time for more honest haunted house reviews like this.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.
Go get scared, everyone.